Hello, you guys. Uh, Today's Monday, and welcome back to my channel. Now, before I get into the video, I am so sorry for that glare, you guys. I just received my glasses. I just received my glasses literally today, and I don't know what to tell you. There's gonna be a glare. You know what I mean? Um, before the video starts though, I do want to say, right? I I tried to record this intro when I started the book a couple days ago, maybe like 2 or 3 days ago, and I don't know, I wasn't liking it, and I deleted it. I deleted it, and I was like, oh, I'm just not gonna film the video. But I was sitting here, and I was like, I really wish I recorded the video. I really wish I continued the video. So then I said, why not? Just start it. Just go ahead. The book is a popular book, so it's not like I'm doing anything groundbreaking or anything. So, a couple days ago, I started The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I really wanted to do a whole reading vlog of it. So I was just like, fuck it, continue it. Someone's gonna watch it. So, now let's start. I'm on chapter 19 of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I am relatively liking it. I'm relatively liking it. Enjoying it is a different story if you know the story and the characters and everything. Evelyn Hugo, Evelyn Hugo, I do like her though. I do like her though. I do like not only in books but also like in movies, I do like a calculated, confident, like almost boss bitch woman, and that's Evelyn Hugo. There is a scene where they were doing the premiere for Little Women, and there's three other women along with Evelyn to make the four, and there was a scene where they all pulled up to the red carpet, and each of the women got out, and when it was Evelyn's turn, she stayed in the car longer than everyone else, and then when she opened the door, she heels first, and then she came out. Something about that was iconic. Like there's a like a movie playing in my head, but I don't know what that is. But something about that scene, I was like, oh, that's some boss bitch shit. Like something about that gave, dare I say, like Marilyn Monroe. I don't know. However, I am liking Miss Evelyn Hugo. Now I will say, I don't know what Miss Monique Grant is doing in this book. I'm having, if, because here's the thing, right? I don't typically read the blurbs, the synopsis of books. I literally don't read the synopsis of books. I typically just buy the cover. I am indeed a cover buy person, okay? So I don't typically read the synopsis of books. When I read them, I just grab them and crack them open. However, I read the back of this book, and Monique Grant, the interviewer of Miss Evelyn Hugo, I'm not seeing her purpose. I'm not seeing her purpose. Like, I'm on chapter 19, and I'm in a present chapter where Evelyn and Monique are in conversation, and like I flipped the page a bit, and it's a short chapter, and that's my problem. The Monique stuff holds no weight, and the Evelyn Hugo stuff, it takes up the entire book. Like the book is unbalanced, but 19 chapters in, I am enjoying it. However, we are putting this down for a bit because I gotta do some cleaning. It's about 8 o'clock, and I could have been cleaning today, but I was off, so I was just doing some reading. So I'm on chapter 19, and it's 8 o'clock. So I was like, okay, let me just like at least start some cleaning. I don't need to finish it now, but like I probably would. I probably will. So I was really in like a fantasy mood, and I don't have a lot of fantasy on my shelf, but I do have Wings Once Cursed and Bound, and this is on audio. So I said, let's just do that. Let's get into this. We'll come back to Miss Evelyn Hugo. And the thing is, I did want to read this book physically, but I got it on Libby for a couple of days. I don't think I have it much longer on Libby. So I do need to do some cleaning. So I just said, let's just bite it. Once the Libby hold is done, we'll continue reading it. And again, I don't read the back of books. However, I did read this little top piece. And I was like, okay, I could use some fantasy. So yeah. Also, you guys, I got my glasses. I don't know if there's a clip that I posted, maybe on Instagram, on my Bookstagram. If you're not following me, I'll put it there. I kid you not, you guys. I thought I could see. I thought I was, 2020. Baby, the contrast difference, okay, between this and this. Wow. When I put them on, I said, oh, you needed those. I kid you not. Everything is like clear. Everything is clear. And if this is what clear is, this is obviously blurry and fuzzy. And I was just you live and you learn, nothing to it. So I'm gonna do some cleaning. I've been talking for 8 minutes. I'm gonna do some cleaning. I'm gonna listen to this on audio, and then I'm going to either come back to Evelyn Hugo, or I might just be done with this for tonight, and I might just stick with this. I have been reading this on my Kindle as well. The girlies on Libby are holding this book hostage, okay, for the audiobook. But I did get the book itself on Libby on the Kindle, so I've been reading that like when I crawl in bed type shit. Every other time I pick up the book, it's been the book itself. And I really want an audiobook right now, and I really want a fantasy as well. And that also, this goes into me deciding that I need to purchase more fantasy and not get out of it, because I do love me my mysteries and my domestic thrillers, but I would like a little fantasy. So I'm gonna do a little shopping on that. I do have my problem is I don't know genres. Like I don't know where books fit in genres. I do know, because of other people, that I have contemporary fiction on my shelf. I have fictions and stuff like that. And however, The problem goes when I go shopping. I don't know what I'm picking up. I don't know what I'm picking up because books when you books don't say contemporary fiction or domestic thriller in their bylines, you know what I mean? So I just but yeah, like I said, I am indeed the definition of a cover buy. I literally purchase books on vibes. And it has worked for me and it has not. That's the name of the game. However, I'm not reading the back of the book before I read the book because the problem is they say too much. They say too much on these blurbs and it's just like okay, then why would I read it? Then why would I read the book? So I don't read the blurbs. I don't read the synopsises. I mean, I just like the cover, and if I don't like the cover, then I don't read the book. However, Phantom is watching me. It is time for. It is past his feed time. Actually, he's very punctual. Like his time clock is very accurate. Okay, at 8 o'clock, he wants to be fed. I don't know, kids. Anyways, do we like the frames? How do we like the frames? How do we like the frames, you guys? How do we like the frames? I like the frames. I have another pair as well. However, these, I really like these. They're like very cute. I really like these. Anyways, later. Hello, you guys. I really hope that this lighting works, but I think we all know that I don't care, if I'm being honest. So two things, right? The brownies were not good. Um, I don't know if it's because I used the Pillsbury brownies. No one buys the Pillsbury, it's usually the Betty Crocker. So I don't know if it was because of that. They just didn't taste good. And like they the the box said that they were supposed to be fudgy. I literally followed the instructions, okay, to the T. The box said it was supposed to be like fudgy, but it was like cakey. Like it was almost cakey, and it was very like, I don't know, it just wasn't good. So the brownies were a bust. Anyways, I need to give you guys an update on the book Wings Once Cursed and Bound by Piper J. Drake. And before I do that, I need to tell you what the book is about because I didn't tell you what the book is about. So I am on chapter 11, right? And from the time this book started, I kid you not, one show popped into my head and it was Shadowhunters. This book is giving Shadowhunters so fucking hard, but I'm it's giving Shadowhunters, but Vampire Diaries as well, because okay, okay, right, we're following a girl named Pipe Pepperan. I'm going to figure out how to say that by the end. Peripheran. But her nickname is Push, so I'm gonna say Push for now. So we're following this girl Push, right? She is a dancer, and someone at the dance. I don't quite remember. Someone at the dance thing at the rehearsal gave her a pair of shoes, And with this pair of shoes, we get our second person, and his name is Benjamin, right? So the way this book is told is each chapter we go from Push to Benjamin, and then okay, so right, chapter 11 says Benjamin, but throughout that chapter there could be a page break where we jump into Push's POV, or it could be a straight Benjamin's POV, right? So in the beginning we jumped into Bennett's Bennett's POV, right? In chapter 1, and he's telling us about these shoes, and before you get any hint that something or that something is going to go amiss, our girlie, she notices that she notices Bennett, right? I don't know why I want to call him Benjamin. She notices Bennett, right? And Bennett finds that strange, number one, because Bennett is a vampire, right? And most people can't see the 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 fantasy world in here, because this is the whole world, okay? Vampires, werewolves, dragons, fairies. This is a whole concept that's going on here, right? And throughout the book, right? Let me see. Okay, so throughout the book, right? Throughout the first couple of chapters, so this is not really like spoilers. You really find this out in like the first 3 chapters, if I'm being completely honest. And if I'm being so honest, you find it out in chapter 1. The shoes that the girlie put on has on the shoes that the red shoes that Punch puts on has a curse on it, right? And with this curse, the story begins. So, 2 things, right? It's giving what I said, Shadowhunters and Vampire Diaries, and I think I'm going to have a problem with that, because Shadowhunters is already it's one entity, and then you have Vampire Diaries, right? Those 2 things aren't one, and so far, when I say it's given Shadowhunters, the characters. So Punch and Bennett, I kid you not, in chapter 1, they like already have this sexual, this like almost it's like not there, but it's there. I I know you, but I don't really know you. I met you when I was younger type shit, and I I I remember you. I could recall you, but I can't put my finger on, are you a family member? Did we go to school? It's something like that. Like, going along so far, they have this strange, like, I almost want to say it is natural, because here's the thing about Push, right? Punch, what the fuck? Here's the thing about Punch, right? She knows like vampires, werewolves, dragons. She knows all these things exist. This is set in a current world. She has a cell phone, and it's intelligent enough where she could like where she threw away a line where she was like, is it someplace, that I could GPS, because she has to go on a quest to break the curse, right? So she threw away a line where she was like, "Is it someplace that I could just like GPS it on my phone and just like follow that?" And the dragon, I might add, said, "No, you can't use your phone. This is a magic filled quest." And I was like, okay, again, Shadowhunters, because that was more current day than Vampire Diaries, being 2008, 2009, flip phone wise. So there's that, and then the vampire aspect, right? So Bennett is a vampire, and there's werewolves, and there's a vampire feud. He's beefing with this guy because they both want the red shoes, and the guy is willing to kill Punch for the red shoes. Bennett is more like, if I have to, I really just want the shoes. So if I have to, I'm willing to go on this quest to depart you from the shoes without departing you from your life. You know what I mean? And along with that, there's this again, what is her name? Clarice and Jace from Shadowhunters. It's giving that, like, their first interaction is giving episode 1 of Shadowhunters. Like, she Shadowhunters was going to the club, and Jace brushed her, but she's not supposed to see him, so he was confused about that. In this, she put on the shoes, he's coming for the shoes, and he said something thinking that she wouldn't hear it, but she turned around and she said, "Why wouldn't I put them on?" And he was like, "Wait, you can not only see me, but you could hear me." And that starts our story. And I can tell you now, because it is on the back, the girlie is not human. She has wings. She's of something. She's of is it Taiwanese? It's something with that. I'll figure that out before I come back any further. I'm on chapter 9. I'm on chapter 11. So we'll break this up, and it should be done by the whatever. I will say, since I did start this on a Monday, I don't mind stretching out the books. I don't mind stretching this video out till the week, and I'm get it out to you guys on a Sunday or something. I do have a video that needs to go up. It's roughly already edited. I could just look at it and see what's tea. So there's that. That video should go up before this one. However, if it doesn't, because I'm just like that, these frames are not obviously in that video. Can't see shit. Can't see shit. Anyways, I need to go to sleep. It's I've been talking for 11 minutes, so I think it's 3 o'clock in the morning right now. That's so fucking shitty. I said I wanted to go to the gym. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. So, I don't know. I do need to buy, I need to go buy, I don't know why I'm telling you guys, but I do need to buy a pair of, like, headphones for the gym. I don't like wearing my AirPods in the gym. I don't like the feel of it in the gym. It's not, for me at least, it's not a gym headphones. It's not So, yes, chapter 11, 110 pages in. I would say there's 290, there's 290 pages. So, what's that? 30%, something like that. Yeah. Right now, I'm thinking with everything that took place so far, I would say I would say a 3.75, 3.5, but it could go higher. I don't think I don't think outside of actually dependent, because this is a series. This is book 1 of something. Depending on that relationship with Bennett and Punch, it could go down. It could go down because I'm although it came off almost smooth, like I low-key think people if someone else read this, I don't think they would. I'm a mystery reader, right? So I'm paying attention to things when I read books. If someone who was a romance reader went into this book not expecting a romance, because I on Goodreads and on Storygraph, I don't think it says romance. It just says fantasy and some other things. So I someone who reads romance, they would see that and automatically think like, oh, this is going to be a romantasy, hence Vampire Diaries, hence Shadowhunters. But me being me, I already saw that. Like, literally, the moment they interacted, I said, oh, this is going to be weird. Like, this is already coming off a bit too strong. And, and the reason why I say it can't, English. The reason why I'm saying it comes off natural in the book is because she's a mythological. She knows of those things, and also mythology. She likes the creatures and monsters and stuff. So she does her research. Like when she met the dragon, the dragon was like, "Oh, you're the first person that I've encountered that has not carried on in any specific, like not has act bewildered by my presence." She said, "Yeah, I mean, your mouth doesn't match what I thought it would be." And I said, "Whoa," because she said something about like the dragon's mouth doesn't look like an alligator. Apparently, that's what her information has been telling her, and the dragon was like, "Let me open it up for you. How does it look now?" Type shit, and I found that to be like, okay, comedic. Like that was funny. I didn't chuckle or anything, but I was like, I saw that. I'll give you that point. So that's why I said it came off natural, because she's the type of girly. She's the type of girly that would be like, oh, if I ran into a vampire, I would let him turn me into a vampire. So she was, not to say like expecting some weird shit to go down, but it's like, it's always in the back of her head, like, a vampire could be roaming around the streets and I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. So, yeah. Okay, I need to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep. I'm determined to go to the gym in the morning. I'll suck it up with the AirPods for now. I'll purchase the headphones later. You see, that's the thing, right? I've been slacking off saying I don't want to go to the gym with the AirPods, and I also haven't gone and purchased the headphones because I could have gone and purchased the headphones, but I haven't. So it's like, what are you doing? You're just lazy. You're a lazy boy. I need to de-lazify myself, and I need to get active. And I think the specs. I think the specs are doing it for me. And I kid you not, you guys, I feel hot. I feel hot. I feel sexy. I feel cool. I feel hip. Like also, I kid you not, you guys, when I say this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, yeah, I literally mean it. Like, I have been roaming. And not to say that I didn't have glasses. I had glasses when I was a kid. I just don't know where they are. I've never worn them again. I had glasses in college, but I was indeed a party kid in college. Studious party kid. So, never wore those. And now, I found frames that I like, that fit my face, and my prescription is my prescription. It's A1 shit. A1 hot sauce, baby. So now I could see. And now I feel even more confident because maybe I was just lagging because I couldn't see. Maybe I was lagging because I couldn't see. And now that I could see, I'm like, oh, let's get it now. So, okay, you guys. I'm doing that. In the morning, I'm going to, before I literally do anything, I'm going to pick back up The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Read, I'm still on chapter 19. So read like a couple chapters before I literally do anything. I'm so tired of scrolling on my phone, you guys. I'm literally not gooped and gagged by anything I'm scrolling on my phone, but yet I do it. And then I'm like, okay, let me pick up the book now. No, I want to read, you guys. I have books to read. The internet could fucking wait. So, hopefully tomorrow I could put dents into these, like real dents into these, and then hopefully there's another book in this video in the week, so it's just not these two books and I'm a fucking loser, you know what I mean? So I'm going to sleep, you guys. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, you guys. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. I told you guys that I might not have gone to the gym. I didn't go to the gym. However, I plan on going in the afternoon or maybe late, like 9, 10 o'clock, some shit like that. My gym is 24 hours, so anywho, I'm sitting here. I have the cup of Joe made, and I'm going to read some of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I told you guys that when I woke up, I was going to try to read like 50 pages. That's still gonna get done. I literally woke up like at 9:30. So it's only been 30 minutes since I've been awake. We're not trying to do too much. Before we get into the reading. So I made me a cup of coffee. I fed the kid. And now I'm just gonna sit down and read. I realized that this video is going to be a little formatted confusing because I told y'all I was reading in the beginning. I told y'all that I started this a couple days ago, but then I started this yesterday on audio, and now today I'm picking this back up. You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. Just follow along. Follow the leader, you guys. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna read some of the 7 husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I'm gonna tell you guys I'm gonna come back and tell you guys what I'm thinking. 123 pages in, I low-key think I already have my rating. Especially with, especially if the book follows the same format it's been going on. If the book continues on that format with the, I told y'all it was a little unbalanced. So if the book does continue on that, I already have my star rating. It'll just be to see if it goes up or down. I think there's a possibility that it could go down. Going up is another. I'm babbling. So let's just get on with it. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello, you guys. Quick little update in the bathroom because I'm about to finish cleaning. We are continuing on Wings Once Cursed and Bound by Piper J. Drake. We are on chapter 16. I don't really have much to say other than the quest is still going. She's trying to break the curse on these shoes. These shoes have this dancing curse on them where, like, no matter what she wants to do, like, she's gonna dance, like, she's gonna move her feet type shit. So there's, do not jump up there. Cause you would have landed right in the bowl, in the sink with the water. Who wouldn't have cared? Me. Anyways, go. Anyways, the only thing I'm having a problem with is 2 things, right? I told y'all this is giving Shadowhunters. This is giving a play-by-play, like season 1 of Shadowhunters. Like, her parents aren't dead or her mother isn't missing or anything. She's estranged from her parents. She doesn't talk to them because she's not human. The relationship with the vampire Bennett is definitely giving the relationship from Shadowhunters with Clarice and Jace. I already said that. The second thing that's pissing me off is I don't like when, and fantasy books to be exact, I don't like when characters get dropped into these fantasy-esque situations, and because they stumble or they make a mistake, they start hating themselves. They start, I'm such a loser because I should have known better than that. It's like, how the fuck could you have known better? It's like, how the fuck could you have known better? You're brand new here. Like I don't like when they act like I should know this shit and I just forgot. You don't know it, Sweet Pea. You don't know. You're brand new. You're a new girl to the villa. So why do you, they're on the quest thing, right? And they just entered this cave and it has these properties that like make you hallucinate things. So they have Bennett the vampire, Thomas a werewolf, and then a witch with them, right? So none of them were affected by it, and she started shitting on herself because she was like, oh, I was the only one that was affected, and this, that, and the third, and I should have known better. I should have known this would have happened. And I'm like, how? how could you have known anything, girly? You're brand new here, just like, and they're trying to tell her like, hey, calm down, like you don't know anything. And she's like, no, I should have known, because like she likes that mythology shit. She likes the Norse mythology stuff. So she thinks that just because she does a little research, that she should know what's going on in the real world. And I'm just like, sweetie, if books, if you already have it in your head that like books aren't going to be 100% accurate, why do you think just because you read a fucking novel you're gonna be well prepared for the world? Anywho, that's the only thing that's pissing me off. Pepper acting like she is of this world. Okay, she is a fantasy creature. However, she is so far removed that it's almost like you know nothing. You know nothing. There is. So I told y'all that this is Taiwanese. Like this is Taiwanese a fantasy. I'm enjoying the Thai stuff, the Taiwanese stuff. I'm enjoying all the mythological creatures and stuff. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna continue cleaning. I've been listening to it on audio. I have not picked back up Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. When I'm done here, I'm definitely gonna do that. And y'all did see that I made a banana bread. I love me some banana bread. So let's do this. Let's do that. Let's get it over with. I'm about maybe 65% in, maybe 75% in. So yeah, let's get it. Hello, you guys. It is 10:19, and I am here to tell you guys that I have finished Winged, Once Cursed, and Bound. I told you guys that this book gave me Shadowhunters, right? This book gave me Shadowhunters with a touch of Vampire Diaries because of the werewolves, the vampires, and then if you continued watching all the seasons, then all the other mythical creatures, right? This book is a romance book. This book is a romance book, okay? This 280 page book, okay? First of all, look at them. They're cute. They're cute. You know, they're cute. This 280 page book, I kid you not, takes place over 5 days, 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days. I kid you not. From, I want to say, from the time she put on those red shoes to the end of the book, a week, okay? Spoiler alert, the book ends with her saying, I love you. You guys, I could read romantasy, okay? I have read all 3 of the Operion series, okay? Fourth Wing, Onyx Storm, and Iron Flame. I have read all 3 books, okay? I could do I'm listening to Harry Potter now, not currently, but I'm working my way through Harry Potter. I think I'm on I'm on Goblet of Fire now, and I'm excited for Goblet of Fire, right? I could do a little romantasy. This book was straight romance. This book was straight romance, guys. Because I kid you not, we still don't know anything about her. We still don't know anything about her. Her name is Peripheran, right? Peripheran, and she goes by Punch, right? Punch and Bennett. Literally, I kid you not, I could have told you the book would end in those words from chapter 1, page 5. I kid you not, I could have told you that was how the book was going to end from chapter 1 page 5. Now, I did listen to this 100% through. 100% through. I did pick up the book. I did read a chapter or two while I was listening to it, but I mainly listened to the book, right? I kid you not, this is a straight romance. This is a straight romance with vampires, werewolves. She is a damn, I can't even tell you off the top of my head because I kid you not, the amount of times it came up insignificant. Insignificant, okay? She's one of a kind, like she's special. She's a special mythical Thai bird, right? She's the Thai bird princess of legend, right? So there's that, right? And I kid you not, we still know nothing about her. Gorgeous cover. Gorgeous cover. But we still know nothing about her, okay? The thing on Goodreads does say fantasy. I need to speak to someone to change that. Because this gave straight romance. And I know you guys are saying, okay, so what did you give it? I'm gonna give this 3 stars, and I will not be continuing in this series. I'm fine with the one book. Anywho, I'm gonna end this here. I might continue reading 7 Husbands. It's outside. I'm on chapter 20. I'm liking that. Also, the reason why this is 3 stars, there were no gags. There were absolutely no gags, okay? She was cursed with the red shoes.
Which one is mine, Jalen?
I kid you not. The red shoes, outside of her not being able to like sit still and do regular stuff, that there was no real stakes with that. There were no real stakes with that. When she got to the cave, I don't know if this is spoilering. When she got to the cave, all she had to do was like tell her truths, and she stepped out of the shoes. When she got to the cave, all she had to do was tell her truths and step out of the shoes. 3 stars. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna continue with the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and we might grab something else on the shelf just because I said I wanted to read 3 books in this video. So 1 down. I obviously started this video with the intent to continue Evelyn Hugo because I already started it, and I started the book with the intent for this video, but I started the book and not the video. So finished 1, gonna do 7 Husbands, and then we'll pick a book. I do need to look for my Kindle because the Libby loan I have for Evelyn Hugo is about to be done. I think I have like a day left, so I'm gonna stretch that out, read it on my Kindle, and then just pick up the book because I don't know why you girls are hogging it on audiobook, okay? You girls are literally hogging the book, okay? Crazy. So yeah, and we'll pick one more book. I really am still in a fantasy mood, so I don't know. And the thing is, I don't have a lot of fantasy on my shelf. I don't have a lot of fantasy on my shelf. I have the John Gwynne trilogy. I do have The Hunger of Gods, The Hunger of the Gods to read. Cause I already read The Shadow of the Gods, but that's a chunker, and we're not doing chunkers in this video. I'm sorry. I mean, we can, but I go to work tomorrow. It's 10:30. I should actually be going to sleep, but I'm drying clothes. I'm obviously not in the clothes that I started the video in because I went out. With mother. We went to the Asian market. It was so cute. So I don't know. I have a witchy book on my shelf. I think I have a couple, but October's coming up, so I don't want to read that now. I really wanted a fantasy, but then I have to ask myself a question. You saw this cover and you said, "Oh, this is going to be high stakes fantasy." Be so fucking for real. Be so fucking for real. Anyways, I'll let you guys go because I want to go, and I also have sushi to eat, so I'll see you guys. If I dive into Evelyn Hugo tonight, I'll come back and give updates, but if not, then I'll see you guys in the morning. Later. Good morning, you guys. Quick little insertion here, because I am getting ready for work. I told you guys that we will be reading 3 books. We finished Wings, Once Cursed and Bound. I'm currently still reading Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. She's right here. So the third book that we're going to read, or that I should say that I'm going to read, and I have already started, because here's the thing with Evelyn Hugo. Evelyn Hugo is giving me a story, but the question on if I'm really interested in the story is still needs to be answered, because I could honestly not care. Right now, I could honestly not care. She has a little, she has a gay best friend and a little lesbian friend, and I'm just like, okay, but like, are you gonna do anything with it? Or are you just going to follow this boring draft formulaic formula that you have concocted for yourself to rise in Hollywood? I don't know. It's fine. I'm on chapter 21. It's fine. However, the third book that we are going to start, that will continue, because the third book that's going to be in this video is Matt Haig's The Midnight Library. Now, I obviously already started it. I'm on page 71. This is reading very easy. This book might be literally for me. The first couple of chapters, absolutely. The only thing with this book is as sad as you allow it to make you. This book is as sad as you allow it to make you. What does that mean? This book has sad components. However, not really. It's sad adjacent. Because sure, everyone has had thoughts on, I don't want to be here anymore. No one likes me. I'll be better dead. Everyone has these thoughts, okay? I don't care what you say. Everyone has these thoughts. the book could only make you as sad as you allow it to make you. I'm on page 71. I believe this is her. Should I tell you guys what it is now or wait till I read it? Wait till I finish. I got whatever. So basically, girlie tried to kill herself. She's in between lives, and the Midnight Library has popped up. And inside this library is books upon books upon books of lives that our girlie could have. Nora, lives that Nora could have occupied if she didn't choose the one that she had, and eventually, hopefully, she'll get to stay in one if she likes it. Yeah, we've all had thoughts about ourselves in other worlds, so it's perfectly fine. It's doing what it does. It's doing what it says it's doing. I'm in, I believe this is her third or fourth jump, like reality timeline jump, wise. If it continues on this trajectory on if it continues with this formula, I could see it going down. If it continues with the I wanted to live this life, I get to live this life now, but this one tiny thing I don't like, so now I'm back in the library. If it continues with that, I could see it going down in rating, but so far I'm liking it. So far they're feeling the same, and vibes. I'm here. I don't mind jumping between these two worlds. It's not like I want to go into a different world. I could just, I'm enjoying these two worlds. However, I need the story to progress. Yes. So, finished one yesterday. The day before yesterday? I went to work yesterday. I finished one Tuesday. We're now reading these two, and yeah, by the end of this video, we'll have 3 books. Later, I'm going to work. Good morning, you guys. It is Friday. I'm trying to do this quick because I'm trying to get in a couple pages before I go into work. I'm still reading Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm enjoying Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I did not walk with the Midnight Library. I don't know how I forgot that. I did not walk with the Midnight Library. I don't know if I told y'all, but that's one of my 25 of 2025s. So that's fine. I don't know. I'm almost done with Harry Potter. I think I told y'all that I'm on Goblet of Fire. I'm almost done with Harry Potter. And I'm gonna need something while I'm at work. So I don't know. I might look for Midnight Library on audio. I can't swipe on my Kindle while I'm in the kitchen. So, tisk. Okay, I got like 15 minutes. These 15 minutes are being squandered. Not on you guys, on this. Later. Hello, you guys. Whispering. I'm doing some book shopping in the dollar store. I'm buying some books. I bought some books earlier this month. Y'all are gonna have a big book haul. Maybe at the end of this month, at the end of this video, or a whole separate video on its own. I'll decide. I figure it out. The books went up 25 cents. That's interesting.
Found that? She said she found the card.
They were $125. Now they're $1.50. So there are a lot of books here though, and I'm looking for some good ones. I'm in a certain mood. I have 3 books already. I'm in a certain mood, so you guys are gonna see that later. Hello, you guys. I showed you guys that I was in a Dollar Tree today. I got some snackies and I also bought some books. Now, I do have a bigger book haul from the earlier half of the month and the end of last month. However, that'll be its own video. I'm not putting all those books in this video. However, I'll show you the books that I purchased today. Go that way. So first, I want to preface this by saying some of these books are like a new genre for me. Some of these books are a new genre for me, and I'm really starting to I'm really needing to get into like new stuff. I want to get out of my thriller, domestics. I want to get out of that wheelhouse. So first we have A Timeless Christmas by Alexis Staton. This is a timepiece. They're from 2 different centuries, but they're perfect for each other. It's a romance, but the 2 protagonists are from, a century apart? I'm not understanding how that works. Megan Turner is in love with the past, and Charles was always intrigued by the future. This is a romance, and y'all know I don't do romance like that. Next we have Take Me With You When We Go by David Leviathan and Jennifer Nivian. I really want to read Every Day by David Leviathan. I really want to read that. However, I have not got my hands on it, but I got my hands on this. I have a friend, she told me about David Leviathan, and the way she was talking about this book was crazy work. So I do want to do my due diligence and get that. But for now, we have Take Me With You When You Go, subject, Missing You, and I'm guessing this is gonna be a sad book. This is gonna be a sad book. Next, we have The Sacrifice by Ren Chupeco. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh. He who offered the sacrifice controls the god's eye, the first to feed, the second to seed, the third to wear, the fourth to birth, the fifth to serve, the sixth to lower, and the seventh to consume, the last to wake. Child. This next book, I would have literally purchased this book, okay? I was going to purchase this book, okay? And I got it for $150. Sign here by Claudia Lux. Bro, when this came out, I was gooped and gagged, and I never got my hands on it. And I said, oh, I'm gonna buy it. And every time I go into the bookstore, it's either not there or it's, dare I say, not on the mind. And I fucking saw this and I gagged. There's another book. There's another book. There's another book that I saw that I bought earlier in the month. I'll show it to you guys now, okay? I was going to buy this book as well. The things we do to our friends. The things we do to our friends. Bro, I was going to spend money for this book. I was going to spend the 28 US. I was going to spend the 28 US. Now I didn't have to. Next, this goes into the different genre. This is Grand Hotel Europea. You guys, wait for it. She's a thick boy. She is a thick boy, okay? I did enjoy I told you guys I don't read synopsises, but I did enjoy that first little part. I did like that, and I flipped through it, and it's almost written like how Stephen King writes his books, where it's like chapter 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections are inside a chapter. It's almost written like that. I really like that about Stephen King writing. So yeah. Next, I saw this book multiple times. I could have bought this book many moons ago. I enjoyed the synopsis of it when I first saw it. And I know you guys are gonna say, but you just said, but I said what? Anyways, this is Mercury Picture Presents. Something about this book gives me It's Not the End of the World by Jonathan Parks Ramage, I mean. Something about this, I don't know if it's just the cover, but something about this gives that. And it says the epic tale of a brilliant woman who must reinvent herself to survive, moving from Mussolini, Italy in 1940 to Los Angeles, a timeless story of love, deceit, and sacrifice from the award-winning author of Constellations of Virtual Phenomena. Whatever that is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking shit. And I keep telling you guys that the books from the dollar store are books from Barnes & Noble and Books A Million. Here is the proof, okay? Here is the proof. This is the Barnes & Noble book club exclusive edition book. This is a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition book. So, yeah. And this goes for $28. Damn near $29. And this came out in 2022, only 3 years ago. So, yes. This last book is major out of my genre, okay? The God of Endings by Jacqueline Holland. By turns suspenseful and enchanting, this astounding first novel weaves a story of love, family, history, and myth as seen through the eyes of one immortal woman. Oh. These all 4 of these are explorations on people, on like families. One of them said an epic tale. These, all four of these are like epics, are considered epics, like one long story to like come together and like, you know, an epic. I don't typically read stories like that, so these are definitely going to be worthwhile. And then this, I December is obviously coming up, and I don't have much Christmas books, but I also don't do romances. So I have a gay Christmas story on my shelf. I have a holiday murder book on my shelf, and now I have a Christmas romance on my shelf. So I have the three genres, the three components for the soup. Those are for Christmas. Sign here. I just really wanted to read. I really wanted to read. These two were just like, oh, they're cute, but like, I already told y'all that I wanted to read Every Day by David Leviathan, and I haven't picked it up yet, but this is going to spark my interest in picking it up. And this was just, oh, to die for. So that was today. I've been talking for 11 minutes. I do have to go to sleep, but I am going to work tomorrow. It's Sunday now, but it's after 12. You guys, this is I'm still reading Evelyn Hugo. I might get a chapter or two in before I fall asleep. And then, you guys, I'm off Monday and I'm off Tuesday. I plan on finishing Evelyn Hugo by Tuesday. End of discussion. And then this video is going up. I think I have another one to post first. So I'm gonna get to editing this. Bro, this video is already an hour long. And we are still reading Evelyn Hugo, and we are still reading The Midnight Library, and I just gave y'all a fucking book haul. Okay. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. This video has actually, I said I wanted to do a week video. I think I need to see when I started this video. To see if ended it today. Well, it obviously can't get ended today because I haven't finished the 2 books yet. So, and also, if it goes past the week, then who gives a fuck? If the video is 1 hour and 30 minutes, who gives a fuck? Anyways, I need to see when I started this so I could have a sense of when I want to end it by. Also, guys, along with the books, I bought a tripod. And guess what? She comes with a fucking remote. She comes with a remote for the camera. Yeah, Okay. Okay, girly, that's cute or whatever. That's cute or whatever. Anyways, I need to put these books in. I'm just gonna put them. You guys saw when I put this middle piece together for my bookshelf. I took out the other two racks, the other two shelves. So now it's a completely hollowed thing. So I get to stack it with books, bitch. I have the books in there that chops. I'm trying to see. I have a pre-order coming in November. E. Lockhart, We Fell Apart. And then I do have a book I want to order. It's a fantasy book that I saw on Instagram. The author was doing some promoting. Some promoting, and it really sparked my interest. So I want to do that. Yeah. Later. Hello, you guys. It is Sunday. It is the end of a work week for me. And I do have some updates to give. Y'all, I'm sparking. I'm sorry. I have decided that if there's two things I'm always gonna do on this channel, I'm gonna read and I'm gonna smoke, okay? So, updates, right? I took a break. We are reading 3 books in this video, right? We read 1, and then we had 2 books, right? I have finished The Midnight Library. This is my review on The Midnight Library. I have not finished the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I am still on... I'm almost on page 200. I'm on page 197. I don't know why I haven't picked this back up. I don't know. It's not that I wasn't liking it. I just... I want more. But like, the 195 pages that I read, I know that's going to be the rest of the story. Like, I know the book isn't going to crescendo anymore, and I'm not here for that right now. So I haven't picked that back up. However, The Midnight Library. I finished The Midnight Library on audio. I finished that this week. You guys, I have not picked these 2 books up in some weeks, okay? In some days, okay? I literally started a whole nother video with 3 other books. I'm literally in the middle of 1 book right now. Like, anyways, The Midnight Library, okay? I gave The Midnight Library, I think I gave it a 3.5. I think I gave this a 3.5, right? The Midnight Library is... I'm gonna tell you basically what it is, and that's literally the entire story, okay? So basically, a girly, she's come to the realization that she has a shitty life, and she decides to off herself. And in the middle of her offing herself, she's in between life and death, and that is the Midnight Library. And inside this library, she gets to either live lives that she had the potential to live. So let's say, right, she went to school for like psychology. Let's say she went to school for like psychology, right? And later down the road, she didn't continue with psychology. There in the library, there would be a book where she followed through with psychology, and that book would be her life if she followed through on psychology. So that's the book, right? That's what the Midnight Library is. Basically, a library full of regrets or full of lives, potential lives, right? And basically, the girlie goes through multiple lives to pick the best one, all to determine that she had a good life. All these books, low-key, come off the same. All these books, all books like this, come off the same. Come off preachy. They come off very carpe diem, you know, seize the day type shit. All these books come off like that, and the ending, the payoff is always the same. The payoff is literally always the same. I would have liked if we got more into the lives, got more into other lives. There was a caveat with the whole Midnight Library into another book thing, where if the moment she started to like not like the life, she sucked out of it. I would have liked if she I don't know. Life is shitty. Life is shitty. Is either you shit on it or you let it shit on you. Like, I don't know what to say. So for her to just be like, not a good life, next, it was kind of like, okay, because here's the thing, right? The life that she jumped in could have been 99% perfect. She was going to find one thing out of the life that she did not like, and in that moment that she finds that, she gets sucked out of the life, right? So it's like, okay, but now what? If that's going to be the entire book, but now what? You know what I mean? However, I liked Nora. She was funny. She was an alright character. I did like her her evolution in the book. I did like her evolution, her character growth. I did like that. So 3.5. I'll put it up on the screen as to what I gave it, but I think I gave it a 3.5. However, we're still reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm not DNFing this book. This video is not going up until this book is done. I don't think you guys understand. Like, this video is not going up until this book is getting done. So we're 2 books down for the video. We have 1 to go. However, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I have 2 days off, so maybe I'll pick it up within those 2 days. However, for another video, not for this video, I'm reading We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kluwer. I think what I said happened with those 2 books, which the reason why I have put them down and not picked them up. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I'm in like a mood funk. I'm not in a reading slump. I'm in a mood slump. Like, anything I pick up, and if I read it through and it didn't give me the vibe that I was looking for, it puts me in a slump. It puts me in a mood slump. I don't know. The the first book we did for this video put me in a mood slump because I wanted fantasy. I wanted something, and that gave me straight romance. Like the fantasy aspect, the romanticy aspect of that, the fantasy was non-existent. So I was just like completely over it. So I picked up We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kluwer for another video because this is what the mood shit is for that video. So I have the coffee, I have the books, the candles are lit, I am stoned. Let us read. Ladies and gentlemen, I fear you a good night. One more thing, right? I told y'all in a clip that I was ordering a book because I liked how the author was selling it. This is it, The Phoenix King by Aparna Verma. Aparna Verma. I know I'm not saying that correctly. This is the chunker, you guys. This is also book 1. Book 2 comes out this year, I believe. This came out in 2023. Yeah. This is the chunker, you guys. It's damn near. No spoilers. Oh. 500 pages. 500 pages, and there's a glossary and all the extra shit in the back. This is going to be fun. When, first of all, look at them. They're cute. When she was selling the book, she said that it gives Avatar: The Last Airbender meets Dune. Now, I've never seen Dune. However, I know what it is about. I do love me some Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I already have it in the head that there's going to be some kind of love thing going on, okay? I already have it cemented in my head that when I read this book, there's going to be some kind of love thing going on. So I'm not gonna hold that against it. However, the fantasy shit needs to hit. This is 500 pages, and it's fucking floppy. Oh. We love that sound, okay? The fantasy needs to hit. I could do a love story, okay? I need for the fantasy to fucking hit, because if this doesn't hit, I'm gonna have to pick up John Gwen. I'm going to have to pick up John Gwen, and I'm sorry, I don't want to hold John Gwen. I don't want to hold John Gwen. I'm on the second book, and the second book and the third book are quite equally as chunky. The second book is a tad bit more chunky. I don't want to hold that. So I need this to hit. From a stunning new voice in fantasy comes an Indian-inspired, action-packed debut of fire magic and ancient prophecy, in which the fate of a kingdom rests in the hands of a princess desperate for power and an assassin with a dark secret. Come on, you guys. That needs to work. For me. So I've been talking for 4 minutes. This is the book I said I was gonna order. It came yesterday. Today's Sunday? Yeah, it came Saturday. So later. Hello, you guys. Well, I said this video was not going to be completed until I finished the last book, and I have indeed finished The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So, wrap up, and then entire wrap up, right? So, I'm just gonna jump right out the gate. I gave this a 3.25. I literally finished this yesterday. We're in October, you guys. This video started, I want to say mid-September, some shit like that. You guys, I finished this book yesterday, okay? And here's why. I read about 60% of this book, okay? I read about 60%, physically held 60% of this book in my hand. And for the life of me, I could not do the next 40. For the life of me, I could not do the next 40, okay? I've never read something so copy and paste more than this, okay? Although all the husbands had different names and different jobs and all kind of different personalities and all kind of shit, I read seven stories, different names, same premise, okay? After the fourth or fifth husband, I lost interest. After the fourth or fifth husband, I lost interest because copy and paste, okay? Copy and paste. There is a character named Monique, right? Monique is the interviewer of interviewee Evelyn Hugo, right? Monique has a part to play in this whole thing coming together, and Monique has POVs throughout the book. I could have done without them. They literally held no kind of weight for the story. They didn't move anything in the story. They didn't shake anything in the story. It was just there to be there. I completely lost interest, okay? I was on a Monique chapter for 2 weeks, okay? For 2 weeks. Something told me yesterday, let me check Libby real quick. And lo and behold, you girlies who were holding this book hostage on Libby has finally let a brother in, okay? And I saw the audiobook was available and I said, finally, because I didn't want to DNF this, okay? I did not want to DNF. I wanted to know what the fuck was tea. I wanted to know why Monique was even in the book. Waste of time, okay? Waste of my time. Oh, you guys, this was a 3-star vlog. You guys, this was a 3-star vlog. I think every single one of these books got 3 stars. Wow. Anyways, The Midnight Library, I enjoyed it. I liked the girl, the Nora, was that her name? Yeah. I like Nora as a character. Again, this was another copy and paste thing because it's like she just kept jumping into worlds, and there was this there were stakes, but it was like low stakes. Like she had the ability to keep on going through worlds to find her perfect one. And with a girl like Nora, she apparently wasn't going to find her perfect world, because she's always going to find a problem with something. And it was just like, we know this, what else? You know, we know this, what else? And then the lives that she jumped into, they were like semi interesting. And then I want to say there were like 2 chapters where we just got a list of lives that she apparently lived that we didn't get to see. And I was just like, how did you decipher which decipher which lives were more interesting to put into the book? That was just I think I gave this like a 3.75. I'll put the star rating on the screen. I think I gave this a 3.75. I told y'all I gave this a 3.2. And then this, I think I gave a 3-star. I told you guys this was Shadowhunter core. This was romance with a smidge of fantasy, although it was supposed to be the other way around. This it was fine. It's a part of a duology, I think. I won't be reading it. Yeah, this is about a Pepeferan is a rare Taiwanese bird creature, and she meets these a ragtag team. You know, she grows a ragtag team. Found family, that's what it's called. Found family. The found family aspect of this book was very good. But again, Shadowhunters was found family. Like that was good. So this was Shadowhunters in book form. Like fine. So 3-star video. Thumbnail. Well, the video has ended. Good.